morning everybody, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video I'm so excited because I will be setting up my November plan with me in my Franklin Covey. I will be switching binders as well. So some of you may have heard that I'm currently in my Golden Aspen. This is a classic size. It when it officially or originally launched, it also came in that dark beautiful green color, but it was sold out quite quickly. And this was my chosen color out of the two because I bought it last summer. It was meant to be like a summer binder, or I guess this past summer. Anyway, so I also decided I could use it for fall, so I used it for October. And now we are switching to a black binder. Normally I'm not into zippered binders, but I fell in love with the Tyler binder. There's so many people that talk about the Tyler binder. It is real leather. That is one of my deciding factors to buy this binder. And it is quite a bit bigger than your ordinary binder. So it's actually almost like an inch taller, half an inch wider. The rings are 1.5, so it's still the same size rings, but they are black. So I'm going to open it up, and I think what we'll do is before I even pull out any of my stuff, like my new monthlies, like I did put everything in here, so everything that I wanted to do that was new are already in here. I'm going to transfer over my binders. So before I start doing my monthly setup, before I start looking at my goals, all that kind of stuff, we are going to do the switch over. So I always speed this part up because it does take a little bit of time. What I'm going to do is pull everything out of here. I have not decided whether I want to keep my black page lifters or if I want to put in my clear ones. I don't know. But I guess we'll get there when we get there. So I did just stick all of this stuff in the pockets for now because I wasn't sure. I just wanted to keep it all in one spot. So it might not stay in these spots. I just, yeah, I have a whole bunch of goodies in here that I wanted to decorate with and that I wanted to keep in here. But we can pull all of that out, and let's start fresh with a fresh binder, okay? So here's my Aspen, and I'll be pulling all of this stuff. I really like these to go with this binder, actually. Those are so cute. I never even used those. There will be some things I'm still pulling over, like my business cards, some paperwork from the doctor. I have to get some things done, like my whooping cough vaccination. I am pregnant. Okay, so yeah, so let's just go ahead and we'll start by starting. Exactly, my sentiments. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to speed this part up. Alright guys, so I think I'm done. That took forever. And it's actually kind of funny because this planner, like every time I see somebody else use it, they're like, oh, it's so big and like it holds so much stuff. And yeah, this, like the same amount of things I had in the other binder fit better in my Aspen binder than it does in this binder. Yeah, this is quite a lot of stuff I have in here. But I did end up keeping my October monthlies just for now because we're not done. So today is only the 27th and I need all of that stuff in there. So we'll do a final flip through when I am done setting up the planner. I do have these sticky notes I kind of wanted to keep on hand. I like having like graph sticky notes, but my planner is so bulky right now, so I'm not sure what to do. But I might very well just kind of keep these in a pocket somewhere. These are all from cloth and paper, and I could stick a few in the back because there's still room back there. But I really like these graph sticky notes. Maybe not these ones so much because those are more of like a habit tracker or like a fill-in box. But I like this like really muted graph design on the back of these ones. And a lot of times what I'll do is just peel some off like I did here with the inbox. I will peel them off and stick them on my overview dashboard just so I have sticky notes if I need them. I actually ended up using some sticky notes last time. So you can see that the inserts I'll be using, I have for the monthlies, I've got 2 different kinds. So I'll be using the Flora inserts. And like, I don't know if you guys know, but I think I have Flora linked, but unfortunately they're the new ones. Like obviously like it's November, so you don't want to buy the old ones anyway, but the Flora inserts have changed for 2023 from Covey. They are not this beautiful. Like I fell in love with this design. That's why I bought them. But the new ones I'm not crazy about. I don't like the colors as much. But I'm going to use this one. So December is the same color, but I'll be using a different. I'm going to be using my seasons for December because I like the color scheme of that month. So I wanted to use this. I think this one will be for my stats tracker. So for everything of my business. And then this one will be for my like life. This is what we'll set up today. I might highlight this one, but I've been kind of into these like teal colors and like muted greens. And I tentatively had this sticker kit. This is from Simply Gilded. I had this out in case I wanted to use it to decorate, but I don't know, it might be like too much. And so part of me is like, do I just want to use like dots? So I might just use dots to decorate my monthly calendar and just like write in the events going on that instead, because I don't want it to get too frou-frou. Sometimes I find it hard to pay attention to like everything that's going on, so I might just like write out what's going on that day on that month. And then for the week, I'm using my Teresa Collins. So I kept the current week in there. This is from October still, from this week. And then this is what we'll be planning on, and you guys will see that video on Saturday. So these are the Teresa Collins Franklin Covey Beautiful Life inserts, the weekly ones. And then for the day, again, I'm keeping the last few days of October in here. And then I'm also using the Flora because I figured it would be beautiful with this binder. And just for this month, this changes for me. So I kind of like having the schedule that I have in my seasons. So like right now, I have this and I can write down like all my appointments and stuff, but we'll just use this because it's kind of like a send off to my beautiful Flora inserts for the year 2022. So that is the switcheroo. So now we're going to pull out the task card. I did put this one in front of my routines because I was like, oh, coffee is definitely a routine in the morning. So I had to include that. Okay, and I'm probably not going to finish this video because it's already 7:08, and I'm going to have to probably come back to it after, but we'll see how it goes. Whoops, it is not the week. We're definitely in the month. Okay, so the first step is to review my goals. Hey guys, this is future Sandra, and I'm currently in the process of editing my video, and I realized I completely forgot the whole section of reviewing my October goals. So I'm just going to quickly do that in my planner. I'm not going to review the goals from my Cultivate What Matters, but we will do them through here. So I'm looking at October. I can't believe I completely missed this step. I ended up switching my pen. So I'm using my Pentel Energel, and I switched out the refill inside. I'm using the needle tip. I like these better. And if you don't use your pen for a long time, you have to switch out a new one because the gel ink dries up. But I'm pretty sure that's with every gel pen. So anyway, dentist appointment. My son did so good. Like, I'm so proud of him. He got his very first filling ever. He was so good. My OBGYN appointment, I had my first one. She just pretty much got history. Same doctor I've had for my other two kids, but we just talked about how fast my birth would probably go because that was actually interesting because so like when someone asks me how long it took me, like my entire labor, I usually start from like my very first contraction because not everybody's different. So some people start Braxton Hicks. I never had Braxton Hicks with either of my pregnancies. I just started into labor. My son was like 3 days early, and then my daughter was 7 days late, and that's why she was so much bigger than she should have been. But and I wanted to do natural labor. Like, I didn't want to get induced, but they induced me with her anyway, which was really not the best thing that happened, but whatever, it is what it is. Overall, my first labor was like 14 hours, and then my second labor was about 12 hours. But that was also at home the whole time. So first labor, when I went actually to the hospital, I went there for noon, and I had him at 6. Active labor didn't start till about 2. So my first labor was about 4 hours, and that's what I told the doctor because she wanted to know when active labor started. So it was as soon as my water broke on its own. And that was from like 2 o'clock to 6. I had him at like 6 something. And then because I labored at home the whole time. And then the second time was I started about 3. I had her at 6 something. So it was even less time. So about 3 hours. So honestly, this baby could come so quickly. So she just wanted to get some background information. And that will probably come into play when we go into labor. So Facebook buy and sell, that's one thing I have to carry forward to November. I miserably failed at that. I didn't even like give it a go. Haven't even tried it. Okay, so my father-in-law's birthday, he kind of is antisocial a little bit, so we just called him and sang him happy birthday. Cultivate What Matters launch day. I went ahead with the launch. I had a few troubles ordering through my affiliate link, and then I got the product like 7 days after the launch. So anyway, the video is up. I will link that video if you guys want to check it out. I ordered Franklin inserts, but again, I ordered those, I'd already done that, so I crossed it off. As I'll link that video too. It was this binder, so my Tyler binder with my new inserts. So I'll link that because it's a little haul that I kind of purchased from Franklin. Fall yard cleanup. So I'm currently still working on that. I will be finishing that today. My mom's coming over, so preemptively, I am going to cross it off, okay? Picture frames I did not do. I will be carrying that over to November. My husband is coming home on the 31st, and he'll be home until like the 6th or 7th of November. So I'm going to get him to come with me. I'm going to get him to hang the pictures. I'll just do all of that while he's here that week. Hopefully, preferably before my baby shower on the 6th. So that will be carried over to November. Prep sinking fund, right? New Year's sinking fund set up. So I did add new sinking funds. I've already got a good head start. If you guys are interested in that, I did have a video, budget video today that came out. I'm filming this on Thursday, and the budget video was released on Thursday. So you'll see all of my new sinking funds. Some of those include my Costco savings, my savings for my property taxes, and an emergency savings, because it's one of my goals for 2023. I really want to have an emergency fund so that if anything happens, I can build up initial 1,000, and then I want to work my way up to 5,000. So that's just, strictly for emergencies. So order budget planner. I went ahead and did that. And this is the funny thing, is that the Budget Mom actually released new covers for PDF printables. So if you guys haven't purchased yours yet and you want to get the new one, I think it was called watercolor something. I can't remember. And then there's a new floral design. So the insides of the planner are exactly the same. I still have the peony. I'm not going to change mine because I'm not going to repurchase when I already have that one. But it is what it is. So I'm happy with what I have. So set up budget planner. I did set it up. I also have that video. If you guys are curious, I'll link that one too. Halloween with Chad. So again, that's on the 31st. He comes home that day. Kids are going to be so ecstatic. We haven't had a Halloween together in a little bit. And it's just going to be really nice having his help because last year was really difficult for me. Thanksgiving meal plans, I had a meatless Thanksgiving dinner here just by myself. My kids refused to eat any of my vegetables. I make rutabaga, I make stuffing, mashed potatoes with gravy, a turkey gravy still from like a powdered formula, cranberries, and broccoli casserole, and it was delicious. But I just ate it by myself. So go through my daughter's baby clothes. So I went through the 0 to 3 month things. I will be giving them to somebody in the near future who has a baby girl, but I will not be keeping any of my girl stuff if I know for sure that this is a boy. Once I find out for sure, like once the baby comes, I'm going to give that stuff away. But I have been going through it because I've been putting like my bottle racks and some of my empty bottles in with the boxes of clothes. So I do need to go back through that and just see if there's anything I can reuse for baby number 3. So I have not met my goal with my Rubbermaid containers. I'm kind of stuck, guys. If you've talked, you may have heard me talk about this before, but I have a lot of containers that are memento bins from my childhood. I've got a lot of stuffed animals, and I don't know why, but I can't seem to part with them. I can't do it. If you guys knew some of the things behind the things, I mean, they are things, right? They're materialistic objects. But my dad passed away when I was 24, so I have kept a lot of this stuff that reminded me of him and of our lives together when my parents, like pre-divorce. So I think that maybe plays a part. So anyway, it's kind of like part of my self-healing journey. It's just something like everybody experiences divorce differently as a kid. So it's very difficult for me to go through all of these containers. And I almost feel like I need a third party, but not somebody who's going to be like, okay, no, there's no reason to keep that, like throw it out, So very hard for me. And then the last thing are my books. I did pretty good. I haven't really started the 7 Habits. Kind of. I got through the first chapter, but it's very dry for me. I am currently on Outlander. I've been trying my best to get through it. I'm a little over halfway done. I do try to read about 30 to 40 minutes every day. I have been increasing the amount of my reading just so I can get through it because I do have new books set up for the month of November, and 7 Habits will be pushed back into November, or pushed ahead, I guess I should say. So yeah, so then as for my stats, Instagram, I did reach 2,000. YouTube, I'm still pushing. I think I'm at 19. Let's see. Oh, I have an Amazon parcel. Let's see. Okay, YouTube, I am sitting at 1891. So I still have a little bit to go there. I'm thinking 2,000 for the end of the year. So I'm thinking even for November, I actually haven't written this on here. Maybe I'll just do it here. So YouTube might be, this is part of my new goal setting, but I've already done that because I had to come back and do this pre-editing or during the editing process. If I'm sitting at 1891, I'm thinking I'll be pushing for 1950 for November. I don't know if that's going to work. It might be closer to like, I don't know, 1930 or something. I'll put 1930. Okay, Instagram, I'm already at, let's see here. I'm almost at 2150. So Instagram, I'm going to push for 2200, or maybe I'll go 2250. Okay, and then Medium, what did I reach? I'm at 195, I believe. Yeah, 195. So I didn't reach 250. Again, that'll probably be end of the year goal. Let's go with 220 and see where we reach the end of November. So anyway, so that's it for this part, and then I will get back into the rest of the video. I need to pull out my Cultivate What Matters goal planner. So I have recently just done my November goals, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so for highlighter this month, I did pull out my gray one, but I'm also going to use my teal, I think, as well. So I think gray and teal are perfect for this month. Okay, so I've got 2 places where I write out my goals. But that will be set goals. Yeah, I guess we'll review the old goals and then we'll set the new goals on the Teresa Collins monthly. So if I head to November, this is what I have on here. I'm just going to see if it aligns with everything I have in my Cultivate What Matters power sheets. So we might have to go ahead and add some things. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through this and we'll quickly fast forward it so you guys don't have to hear me talk myself through it. Okay, guys, so what I did is I just took the information from my power sheets just for the monthly section, not the weekly or the daily, added it to here. So now I kind of know what's important. And then even though all of this stuff needs to get done, I'm going to transfer some of those main tasks to my monthly on my Teresa Collins. So I put prep baby meals here, but then I put other baby prep. So I have to get my bassinet cleaned up, basically put all of the linen stuff in the laundry. I do have most of the baby clothes and stuff, but we're going to have the baby shower. So I might think of packing my baby bag just in case anything happens early. And so a few appointments, a few birthdays. My husband and I will have date night on the 4th, which I'm really looking forward to. Let me tell you, we're going to go for dinner and then karaoke after. And then we have the baby shower on the Sunday. My son has a birthday party to go to on Saturday. My next OBGYN appointment is on the 18th, and I also need to book optometrist appointments for everybody. So I haven't done that yet. And I might get to it before the end of the month. There's quite a few things like the yard cleanup I'm actually going to finish today and tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about that for November. I didn't even put Swedish death cleaning on here, and that's also one of the goals, but I'll put that on the monthly because I'm out of room. I didn't think I'd actually run out of room, but I did. So that will be the next step. So let's go to the month now. I'll have to pop back to that page to just kind of figure out where we're going here. So I'm just going to pull this out. I'm just going to look to see what we need to do. So we would set new goals, look at the calendar and transfer over master tasks. So I might just very well do this all together because I am running out of time here. And not that I want to rush, but I do want to get this done before my daughter wakes up because I think I filmed videos before with you guys that you've seen my daughter awake, and she is very, very distracting. Okay, so I'm gonna do away with these like muted brown tones because we don't want that for November. I really like the idea of having like teal and gray for November. So as I did with October, I'm just gonna highlight. I usually have 2 highlights. I was asked what this meant in my previous plan with me, and I track my YouTube, like the money I make on YouTube, and I also track the money I make in any other of my affiliate income pots, so to speak. So if I also make money on Etsy or my website, I will add it to this list. And then the top 4, like I leave the top area blank because that's where I put my actual statistics. So I'll put my daily numbers. And if you're a YouTuber and you track analytics, you'll understand what I mean. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly write out all of the goals and stuff on here. And then maybe I'll just stick with these and just do simple lists on the main page. So yeah, so you guys will see this I'm just going to go quickly through the monthly calendar, the master tasks, and the goals, and then I'll show you how I set all that up. All right, guys, so I think that's it because I really do have to get going. Basically, I just carried over all the information from the current month and brainstormed any new ideas, but it kind of happens as I go along. I write it down when I need to. So we're going to put this back in my planner and we'll do a quick flip through. And then I have to go. So let's go to the month here. We already are in there. I'm going to put this one first because this has a tab, so I'll be able to find it easy. And I think what I might do is put, even though it's kind of like not together with my business section, I might put my goals on, I'm not sure if I'll put the index information here, but I might like put goals on the back or something for work and just write down like how I'm doing with my statistics, because I keep track of it here, but I want to write down like what I'm aiming for. So I might do that here too. Anyway, so that is it for setting everything up. I'll just put my card back here and then I can do a quick flip through and I'll kind of talk about it. I didn't add that much decorative aspects to my monthly calendar because I kind of liked it nice and clean this month. It's way different than I normally decorate. Okay, so I have a few decorative elements here. I've got business cards. I've got my Luxe page flags from Cloth and Paper. A lot of Cloth and Paper stuff in here because it's so neutral and it goes so well with the black binder. I am going to keep this, I'll link this down below. It's a Secura Micro permanent marker. I use it on my permanent pens or permanent stickers. Wow, vinyl stickers because regular pen or gel pen does not work. And I'm going to put one highlighter here, and then the other pen would go here. This one actually doesn't fit in there because I think I might actually switch my pen this month because this pen, well, I actually love this pen. A lot of you guys have asked what it was. It's the Pilot G2 Limited in a purple barrel. The problem with it is these metal rings here, like this plastic piece pushes up over top the metal rings, and then the rings get stuck inside. So I don't know how that happens, but it happens every single time. So I think I'm going to switch my pen this month, even though I love this pen because it's purple. But I might either go back to my Pentel Energel pens, or I might switch to one of the Cloth and Paper pens just because it's lighter and it's probably easier to use. So we'll see. So what I have in here, I should have the ollie clip on the outside. I've got some like I said, Cloth and Paper decorative elements. I've got my word of the year, which I'll be doing a new word of the year when I do my Cultivate What Matters prep work for 2023. I've got my baby documents in here, so just requisitions for whooping cough and like another ultrasound coming up in my 36 weeks. And my ollie clip in case I need it. I was going to put it on my pages to hold some decorative stuff in there, but because my binder is so thick, like there's so many things in here right now, I just don't have the room for that. So I have I decided to put my clear page finder in here. I've got my overview tab from Cloth and Paper. I have inbox sticky notes, so I come here. If it's like a quick note that I want to jot down, I'll write it here, stick it there, and then put it where it needs to go later on. And then as I run out, I can just add more of these. Okay. So my first tab is goals. I decided to go with this dashboard. It says ambition is the path to success. Persistence is the vehicle you arrive in. I thought it fitting for goals, like my goal section. I also added this white cardstock behind because it is a vellum, so I wanted it to be nice and clean. Then I've got my Cloth and Paper year overview. They're like for quarterly goals, to break down your goals. I ordered another set for 2023. Just so you guys know, a lot of people ask about this as well. They come punched with a disc punch, okay, for half letter. Cloth and Paper does not offer half letter inserts ordinarily if you buy through their shop. The only way you can technically get unpunched half letter inserts is if you have their sub box. So my workaround was adding washi tape and then repunching it with the Franklin punch for classic size. That is the only way, unless they change or until they offer unpunched inserts. That's kind of a workaround that I found. You have to be careful with the Franklin punch because you can't, Cloth and paper is so thick that you can't punch that many pages at one time, especially if you add washi tape to the edges. But I added washi tape to both edges, so I'll do the same thing for next year. So you guys will see my setup. Of course, I'll have that for you. You know I will. I'll have like the whole year set up, and I'll just kind of examine my goals for the year and kind of do I know I have like a separate goal video, but I might not actually have that. I'll probably put that, I'll probably do like a 2022 goal review video, but that will be like between Cultivate What Matters and maybe these sheets. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway. Okay, so then I have my values and my roles, of course. So on my schedule tab, and these are from Dividers R Us. They are the frosted dividers, and I got the pack where it came with the side dividers, so you get a pack of 6, and then the top ones are a pack of 4. So I got like the double pack. Okay, so I put this little pocket from Cloth and Paper, and I put my little November card in here. I just love that. I think it's so ingenious. I used to put it in the front, but I find that I just don't have room with all my other decorative elements there. So I like to put it here. And then I also put my spotlight flags. I was thinking of using these on the monthly calendar, but I decided not to, obviously. But if something comes up, kind of the same idea as these sticky notes at the front, something comes up, I take one of them, I use my permanent marker because again, you have to use permanent marker on these bad boys. I go to my monthly section and then I simply take one and if I can get there, and I write on it and then I put it on the day it's supposed to be because I like to wait till I get home before I write on here. Even though I have like these, but in case it's an appointment that might change, I like to use those. Okay. So then I'm using this cloth and paper dashboard. I've got my future log, which is like my future dates for everything that's going on. So that is under schedule, but before the month. Okay. So then I've got a top tab, which says month. I'm using this new cloth and paper dashboard that I just recently got. A is for Aristotle, FYI. I have my October monthlies in here, so I'm still working on that because today is the 27th. I did finish all of my work stuff, but now there's a few things I just transferred over to November. So I've got my November statistics tracker here that I've highlighted. I'll put the notes on the back for the goals section. I've got some goals here that these are things I really want to focus on this month. I've got birthdays, and then I decided to put my books here because I think that's reading is one of my main goals. So then I've got my calendar. I love how simple this looks. It's amazing. Like I always over decorate, I find, and this is just nice. It's clean. I have the main things. So my son has like fall break, I guess you'd call it. I should put early dismissal days on here, but I already know that Thursday's early dismissal. But yeah, most of the important main things are on here. So when I make additional appointments, I have my highlighter. I can add them or I can use my page flags. Okay, so then I have my tasks on the back for business and personal. Then we go to the week. So it's a top tab. I'm using this motif dashboard from Cloth and Paper. And then I go into my Teresa Collins weeklies. So this is still October. We're still here. And I've got 5 weeks in there, I think, pretty sure. And then I have a post-it to designate my inbox and my brain dump page. So as you can tell, I do use this quite often. As soon as I think of things, I write it down here. And then if it needs to be scheduled, I put it on the, like my schedule, or I put it in my daily. So I kind of check this every week, every day, just to see if there's something I need to add. I've got my son's ongoing word list that we have to study here, another brain dump page, and then I go into my dailies. So here's today. We're still in October. So then I go to November and we're back into the flora inserts. So these are just beautiful. I love this. Okay, and then routine. So again, I thought coffee was a good cover page to have here because coffee is my very first routine thing that I do every morning. Again, I've got a cardstock page behind it just to make it look nice and clean. I've got my all of my task cards for today, weekly, monthly, yearly here. And then I've got all of my routines that I set up for myself, my day themes, and I've got my business tab. So these are the cloth and paper inserts. These are for November. So I will set this up the same time I do my goals for my business, I guess, on that front page. And technically I put my goals here too, right? Like these are unnecessary. I find I don't really use them, but I love putting my work schedule here. So I keep my work schedule on my iPad. That's my main planner. It's my digital planner because I love writing on my iPad with my Apple Pencil. But I also keep it here for reference, just so I can see. So I have my blog schedule, I have my YouTube schedule, and anything else that's going on. Like for the month of November, I'll be doing my Black Friday sale. Okay, so I don't really use the weeklies as much. So technically I could take those out, but if there's something big going on, I would like to jot it down here. There's a lot of things in here that are work related. I don't really want to show the public. So how I have it set up here, it's all my work stuff. I used all these post-it tabs. I've got my schedule. That's my blog schedule, my blog creator. So I put notes and stuff and resources of when I go to write my blogs. and a blog brainstorm area. I've got my yearly overview, so it just kind of gives a short little blurb about what I've done in a particular month, my analytics, my sales, my coupon codes, my reach for my statistics, my income, and my notes. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that deals with business. And then I've got home. So I use this cloth and paper dashboard. I've got all of my grocery lists. So I've kind of got to make new lists because these ones are getting a little bit messy. So I don't like this one so much, but I'm going to switch back to these ones because these are my favorite. I got these from Fancy Plans Co. Okay, then I've got a wine list, a whole bunch of like lists for household items I could purchase. I also have my sinking funds in here that I keep track of. Okay, my cleaning schedule. Then I go to health. I don't really use this section that much because I keep track of all of my stuff in my bullet journal. I don't really like keeping track of it in here, but I do keep like what I have in my freezer. I haven't used this at all. Then I've got personal, which is mostly my reading stuff. I've got all of my book stuff in here and then just a whole bunch of personal stuff. I've got a note section, so I put various note papers. I've got some from Franklin Covey, the wide ruled. I've got some graph paper from Franklin Covey, and then I've also got these Flora note pages, which I thought were, might as well use them up with the Flora pages. Then I've got projects, so I used this Purpose cloth and paper dashboard. And then I've got my Swedish desk cleaning project, hanging my photos project, and then also this is going to be a goal for 2023, but we'll talk about that later. Projects, and then just additional Teresa Collins Beautiful Life project planning sheets, some idea sheets from cloth and paper, and more project planning sheets. And I've got my last page lifter here. I have some sticky notes back here, some stickers from cloth and paper, and then my weekly compass cards if I need more, and then my gray mile liner. So I'll link all of the products from Amazon, like my mile liners, my pens, and stuff like that. I really like this binder. This binder is linked down below if you guys want to take a look, check it out, and I think that's all I have to say. But I know that I have to run, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you liked the setup, you liked the binder switch and the quick flip through, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're new here, please subscribe, click on the bell button, and I will see you guys with next week's plans tomorrow. Bye, friends.